Welcome to the Truth Serum. This is Palesa, and I just have to say that today has been quite an eventful day for me, because I had a hard time getting to the point of shooting this. Not because of the content, but because of me and things that I struggle with. But anyway, today I'm drinking from a smoothie glass. This is a smoothie glass. Oh, this is a smoothie glass, and this is a smoothie straw. Nothing actually makes sense on this, but you know, it does the job. And it's like mid-afternoon type of vibe right now. And I shouldn't be drinking because I'm already... Whoa. Okay, this is kind of a serious topic, but it kind of made me laugh when I saw it, because I'm like, you know, when you see something so ridiculous that it just... that you're just like, okay, and you just have to laugh it off or whatever. So there's this girl who lives in Hong Kong at the moment, and if you are reading the news, or if you're seeing like any news on Twitter or whatever, you will see that Hong Kong is currently going through something where people who live there are currently protesting because of a certain bill that they want to pass, that it can actually really hurt a lot of people and, you know, put people in certain compromising positions, which is not good. So that's what they're going through right now, and people are protesting so that bill does not get passed. This is not a new thing. It's been happening for quite a few months now, but now I think the protesting has become quite accelerated and stuff, so it's like getting a lot of attention. Actually, maybe that's not, well, yeah, whatever, but that's what's happening. And so this South African girl was on the news
from South Africa to move away from this. Like, South Africa has this.
Come on, mate.
I don't want
Come
this.
on, mate.
This is not the Hong Kong that I've learned to love. Like, everybody is so, everybody in Hong Kong is so lovable and welcoming for all foreigners, and then to experience this, it hurts me. It really hurts me. There's a good and a bad to both protesters, and there's a good and a bad to police, and I just wish both sides would just stop. Like, I understand what they're fighting for, and I appreciate what everybody's fighting for, but this is not what we're supposed to be like. We're supposed to be fighting together, not against each other. This is not the Hong Kong that I want to be in. Really, I don't. I would rather go back to South Africa.
There's a picture of her like on her knees or something in front of the police. Like, girl, I think white women everywhere are a bit, I don't want to say dramatic, but they like attention. Because what this girl did is that she made that entire protest about herself, which was completely ridiculous. Like, that video said nothing about what the people who are protesting could be feeling, what they could be going through, and the experience of, you know, going to the point of having to protest for something because it's just that important. For people to actually decide to do something so drastic, it can't be nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this white South African girl is crying on camera saying things like, this is why I left South Africa, we shouldn't be fighting like this. And then she said something like, I understand why what they're fighting for, and I appreciate it, but this is not what we should be doing. I was like, okay, well, maybe it's because I genuinely find it hard to feel bad for that race, because damn, it's a bit too much for me. Okay, my mouth is dry. The main thing that really irritates me is the entitlement of this race and also this gender. Like, how are you okay with talking about how, you know, this is not okay, this is this. Before she lived in Hong Kong, she lived in South Africa, right? And now she lives in Hong Kong. both these places were colonized by her people, and for some reason she feels like she should have some kind of an opinion that says that this isn't right, this shouldn't be happening, and blah blah blah. South Africa was like this. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. She said that she understands why people are fighting, and also she appreciates why people are fighting. And then she said, but we should be fighting together. And I don't think that anybody who has had that kind of privilege their whole entire life should be able to say stuff like that. It's ridiculous to me, you know, and maybe I'm being a little bit irrational, but I just feel like, girl, and another very important thing is the way that she speaks of South Africa in her second place of privilege, which is Hong Kong. Like, she just painted this crazy picture, and maybe she has, I can't say if she has some PTSD vibes of South African protests, that now she's seeing it for the first time ever since South Africa in Hong Kong. Now she's like crying and like, oh my gosh, maybe I should just go back to South Africa if this is how I should be living here in Hong Kong. This is not the Hong Kong that I grew to love. Like, girl, please, goodbye. Maybe I don't have the most educated points to kind of explain what I feel about this. I just feel that it was really ridiculous, and it was just a typical, you know, looking for attention thing. She took this entire protest and made it about herself and not about what the people of Hong Kong are actually feeling. This is a white person who's had privilege her entire life, whether she's rich or not. I mean, like, can you believe that there are white South Africans? I mean, this is not even like something that's a shocker. There are white South Africans who can just be like, oh my gosh, South Africa is so dramatic, I'm just gonna move to Hong Kong. That is like some insane privilege right there. There's not a lot of us who can do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, they're striking again. Oh my gosh, Zuma must fall. I'm going to Australia. Oh my gosh, I'm going to Hong Kong because they're striking. And you know what? This girl doesn't even look like she's that old. She looks pretty young. So it's like, I don't understand what traumatized her so much. Like, Jesus. Black South Africans don't even, like, how can I put this? Black South Africans don't like practice like intentional violence or like put on some kind of scare tactics towards white people that they have to be that traumatized to even leave the country. Crying big crocodile tears on Hong Kong TV saying that this is what South Africa is like. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? You went from one colonized country to another, and you really feel that it's okay to say stuff like that? Anyway, I hope that I've made my point, but that's what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? That kind of entitlement can only come from a place of privilege. Imagine, I can just imagine myself crying real tears in Hong Kong. Yes, sis. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. Like, I have a lot of questions. Like, I'm just wondering, was this girl's life in danger in South Africa? I highly doubt that. You know, black people are still living in danger to this day. But anyway, yeah, like, if at any point you like really grasped what I was saying, please like go in the comment section and just like say something in relation to what I'm saying. I don't know, maybe make me understand if I'm like completely wrong about what I'm saying, or just share your opinion on what you think. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of white people left here in fear, but I think that white people are very lucky that black people are not necessarily pursuing revenge. We're just trying to be equal. But anyways, please go on in the comment section, say something. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. There's a thing that looks like this down there below, And then also subscribe. There's that red little thing that says subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah, I would really appreciate that. Subscribe, comment, and then like the video. Say what you gotta say. I will really appreciate it. I'm not trying to spread any hate or whatever. I love all people. I just don't necessarily like certain people. But anyways, thanks guys for tuning in. This was this week's video. Tune in next week again for another Truth Serum episode. Goodbye.